that holds every Friday at 6 p.m. Central Time. And it's a show that is we aim to empower you, awaken you, motivate you, and empower you with different life situations. We're going to talk about different topics. We're going to laugh, we're going to cry, we're going to be serious, we're going to have friendly debates, or not argument, like conversations, I would say. And I welcome you. You could be anywhere else, but you're here to spend time with us. And the amazing thing today is I have an amazing guest. She and I literally talked about it for a second, and she wanted to hop on the show and have a conversation about this topic. You know, toxic relationship starts from one disrespect, one comment, something happening, disagreement, whatever. It starts from there, and it ends up being whatever we see in the news sometimes. So I just wanted to talk about it. I know our first show was "Are You Listening?" and it was from a teenager's point of view. The second show was toxic relationship. The third show was my birthday. The third show was my birthday, so we didn't have any topic. We didn't have any show, but it was my birthday, so you got it. So I wanted a part two, and I may have a part three for the toxic relationship. And I think it's a topic that is not being talked about enough. People talk about abuse, relationship, and all that stuff, but where does it start? Right? Where does it start from? So I have an amazing guest today, and I'll have her introduce herself. Let me go ahead and let her know that we are ready for her. Welcome, welcome. Grab grab a drink, grab some water, and join us while we have this conversation, okay? It's a friendly, amazing conversation. And let me see if she's here. Yay! You're muted. You're muted.
Okay.
Yay!
Yeah,
All
I'm right
right.
here.
So I have okay. I haven't seen this version of you. All right. So I have an amazing guest today. Her name is Amanda. Amanda, welcome to the show today. How are you?
Thank you so much. It's so good to be here. Like, oh my gosh, this is me, on your show. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Welcome to One with Ejeni. So we're a show where we talk about life. We hope to awaken our listeners. We hope to empower, motivate them, and make sure that they're living their best
Yeah.
lives through. I mean, there's so
Okay.
many shows, there's so many books and all that stuff, but this is just like my channel is called Ejeni's Corner. In my little corner, this is how I see to, help people, help me too, because I'm gonna
Mhm.
learn.
Well, let's
Yay!
go.
Us never them. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. So the topic we picked today was toxic relationships. But before we start, I know you and I had a conversation about it. But before we start, I want you to introduce yourself. Introduce yourself to us. This is an
Oh,
amazing, 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 amazing woman. You need to hear all she has to say. She's funny. Yay, Tiffany Chanel. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. All right, go ahead and introduce yourself,
right.
my
Thank
friend.
you, Jenny. What can I say? This is all me, right here.
So
Anyway,
you're a mom. She's a mom of four. She's a lawyer.
four kids, babies, right? I'm a lawyer by profession, and I do other things. A very spontaneous human being. That's me. Like, I just delve into things and I just let it flow. So nice to be here. And the reason I had to jump into this show, it was like I didn't get enough notice, okay? But then it was really excited. We're just talking and we just, drifted, ladies talk, moms talk. And the next thing, boom, I'm here. So it's a topic that is very dear to my heart because like she said, we learn every day. So every day is a learning curve. You really don't know what you could learn from here. And I'm all here and I'm always open, to learning. So that's the key thing. If you're here, have a broad mind, open mind. You never know what you take home with, today. So
Awesome.
Let's
Thank
share
you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Amanda. So yes, this is so we're talking about this. So I didn't really plan to have a guest for this one and talk about it, but guess what? And that's what the show is about. Like she said, she's spontaneous. So am I, right? I said I'll start having guests in August, like actual guests come in August. But then you and I kept talking about it, and then that's how it became. So normally I'll give you 2 weeks so you
it.
know the topic and then you can prepare. But I think it's a topic that we can, if we were talking about it without being on the show, um, we'll have a lot of nuggets, right, to talk
Exactly.
about. So I felt, why not do that? Why not do
Exactly.
that here? So with this topic, let me first welcome my people. Welcome, a pair of scissors. Thank you for being here. The sister trio. Thank you so much for being here. Us never them. Tiffany Chanel, thank you so much for being here, for always supporting. Every time I upload, these people are always there to support. I appreciate you. God bless you for being here. You could be anywhere else, but you're here to listen to this topic, get some nuggets, and apply them to your lives, or even share. So if you can, help me share this show and let people come in and learn something. So, Amanda, let's get right into it.
I'm here.
So, toxic relationships.
Mhm. Toxic.
Toxic, which
It
toxic
is
means
real.
bad for you.
It
Last
is
last
real.
show, I had the viewers define uh,
Understand.
what they understand by toxic relationships, and they did. Some of them said it's just bad. It's just bad for you. A relationship you don't want to be in. Some of them said a relationship that makes you be less of yourself. They said all kinds of things, which is all of that.
In
But
comparison.
toxic, just like when we have toxins in our body, your
Mhm.
body's toxic. You need to let go of that. You need to
Let
fix it,
go.
deal with it. So, what is your view on toxic? Like, why do you think? Where do you think it comes from? How do you think it even starts? Because I wasn't raised by it. I wasn't. I mean, I know of abusive relationship, but it started somewhere. So I think the toxic part is where it starts, and then it gets to where it gets abusive, which is still toxic. So,
Mhm.
what is your view on toxic relationships?
Anyway, toxic. We don't need any explanation, but then I would have to explain it my own way and the way I understand it. It means different things, it's different things to different people. So when we talk about toxic, like you said, it's just like you deliberately, taking poisonous object, substance, and just drinking it and expect to, survive it. I mean, it could go the other way. You're either surviving or, I mean, you're dying off. So either or. So if you have to do it, you already made up your mind knowing you're either going this way or the other way. I mean, for even thinking about it means you don't want to leave. And I mean, this life is too precious. Why wouldn't you leave? Live your life, and that's the reason. Ejeni, this is a very wonderful topic. Trust me, So it is very. I mean, it tastes very, very, good to me because a whole lot of people, whether you want to believe it or not, have been in one toxic relationship or the other sometime, you know. And the whole issue now is, are people willing to talk about it?
When
Then
you say people, I'm thinking when you say people, that's the truth. That's a good I would say perspective. Like people don't want to talk about it.
people don't want to talk about it. It's
They would
difficult.
rather go through it and come out. If it's in the African, now I have to be sensitive to my viewers who are African or other from other countries or other cultures. The African community or culture, we don't talk about it. If you're being abused, if you're in a toxic, nobody talks about it. They'll tell you to go.
They hush you down
They
like
will hush you
abomination.
down. They'll say, go pray about it. Jesus will help you. Go to your pastor, all that. But let me
Exactly.
share, let me bring us back to let's see if we can focus on the US because honestly speaking, I was doing the research. I couldn't find one on Nigeria.
I was
Statistics.
going to say something. It is a habit.
Yeah.
Okay, it just doesn't happen. So it's a habit both people that are in the relationship are aware of. So
Yeah.
you must be very, very much into it, aware of it. But
Yeah.
like you said, I'm an African mom, proudly. You know, I know she's a bit of the two words, but I'm purely a Nigerian mom. Yeah?
Who's a bit of the two worlds? Me?
You. without apologies. So, but the truth is, we've come of age and people are evolving. Okay, so when you notice it, so you don't. Nobody just tells you. You just can't tell me. You just woke up to it. No, the signs are always there. Okay.
Yeah,
So, but people have been living in denial and all of those. But I mean, I don't mean to take words out of your mouth. So
that's
I
okay.
think we'll say, yeah. So go on. We'll still come back to it.
All right.
Mhm,
So in my research, right, this is my sister Google.
mhm,
Google research from Google research, what I found out is that the toxic relationship starts with young people in America here, young people, and even in Nigeria. I would say Nigeria because I don't know about any other countries.
mhm,
So it says 1 in 3 young people will be in an abusive or unhealthy relationship, and they won't share it.
mhm.
I remember I was watching a movie one time. This Netflix show, this 16-year-old girl was allowed to date, and the guy will punch her when she disagrees with him,
Mhm.
and then he'll come back and apologize and start crying. So she'll be heartbroken and sad and didn't share with her family. But then when he will call her and send her all these love messages and buy her things,
Flowering,
she will go right back and he will say, I didn't mean it.
major sign.
And in her head, she feels loved by that.
Mhm.
So that's one toxic thing. And then he won't let her talk. When
No,
she's hanging out with her friends, he would say, why are you hanging out with those girls? I don't like them. All
that is
right.
the weak one. Mhm,
So that's one of the parts. And then it says females between the ages of 16 and 24
mhm.
are roughly 3 times more likely than the rest of the population to be abused by an intimate partner. 8 states in the US do not consider a violent dating relationship domestic abuse. 8 states do not consider if you're dating somebody and if you're in a violent relationship, it's not considered domestic abuse.
It is
I,
that.
I, I would like to know what states those are. But then, so if we go all the way back to the genesis of toxic relationship, I think it starts with self-esteem and insecurities.
Mhm. That's
You
what
don't
it is.
feel good about yourself and you're dating somebody, and then here we go.
Can I
It
ask you a
starts
question?
with, yes.
Exactly. So when it comes to self-esteem, I sent you some very creepy videos. Okay.
Yeah,
So the truth of the matter is you need to love yourself
yeah,
because no one would love you as much as you do to yourself.
yeah,
So when you don't believe in yourself and your esteem is all the way there,
yeah,
I mean, who takes you serious?
yeah,
Nobody
yeah,
will. So that's
yeah,
the number one. That's very key,
yeah,
to fighting, toxicity. And
yeah,
another thing is you must be very, very willing. I mean, when I say willing and deliberate to expose them, because that's the only way to disarm them.
yeah,
Because let me tell you, it can happen to the strongest of persons. And there's this song, they say, only the lonely die slowly. So when you're hiding, you're lonely, you're not speaking out because problem, shared is half solved.
yeah,
Okay, so there will always be someone. I mean, you need to always wear your wisdom hat.
yeah,
Even when you're speaking to someone, you
yeah,
know when they are, taking you to the wrong path.
yeah,
So you'll always be quick to grab that. And you
yeah,
know people that will be very quick to tell you the way it is. And for
yeah.
the most part, the people that would advise you are going through it, but they can't even come out to, speak
So
about it.
yeah. And why
So,
do you think that is? Why not to cut you short, but why do you think that is? Why are
okay.
people ashamed? Like for me, okay, so if I go back to the Genesis again, to me, I think when you tell, okay, this is me, maybe it might be childish, but if my husband tells me, shut up,
Mhm,
I think for me that's an insult. Because I won't tell you the same thing.
mhm,
If you call me the B word and we are dating or we are married, like we're married now, I'm
mhm.
married, you call me the B word. That's like the height of it. To me, I think that's the beginning of it. Because if I start taking it, I will get comfortable with, okay, that's how he says it. He may
Yeah,
apologize.
that's how he is.
That's how
That's
he
how,
is. But
yeah.
if I say no, you will not speak to me that way. I am not the B word, and you will not tell me to shut up, and you will not use those words. That's already you covering yourself with confidence to say no, you will not speak to me that way. So you starting this. So I think in relationships, it's just you having self-confidence, like you said. You said loving yourself, believing yourself, and you willing and deliberately making sure that your standards are,
It doesn't go down.
your
Up
standards are
there.
okay. It's hard.
I
It's
know.
hard. I know.
As,
So if I can go to the, if we go, that's why I said this particular toxic relationship can be in so many episodes because there are so many angles to it. Young people who don't have love at home. Sometimes some parents are harsh to their kids, and internally the kids, this is internally the kids just want, the kids have a void. And when they go out there, the first person who says, I love you, you're beautiful,
they
they're
just
off. That's
true.
parents parenting without knowing that you're creating low self-esteem in the child.
That
So
is true.
that's the genesis of that. And then the
Mhm.
child grows up with that. Or a man or a woman who sees maybe violence from growing up, and that's all they know. So they go into a relationship and they're violent, then it's considered toxic. So toxic relationship is just not something healthy that anybody should be in. But it starts with, like you said, love yourself,
Mhm.
believe in yourself. You know that. So don't take what you know you will not do to what.
And what else?
Be
Do unto
modest, yes,
all.
but don't. And I
Yeah.
said again,
Treat people. Do unto others how you want them to do to you.
yes,
So
exactly. And that's in relationship. And then now, if we kind of
it
expand
cuts
to
across.
toxic,
Exactly.
yes, if it cuts across, because for me, for example, right now, if my husband does something I don't like, babe,
Mhm.
I don't like how you said it. He might not mean it the way I've taken it. Does not remove the fact that I don't like how you
You,
said it. I don't like how it was handled. That's it.
Mhm.
Now I can say it with an attitude, or I can say it in a whatever way I say it, I don't like it. That starts from there. But that's me having the maturity now. Now, would I have had that 10 years ago, 12 years ago? Cooking in a mo. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. And anybody else who wants to jump in, let me know, okay? Where it's just not two of us. We're all here to talk about this stuff. But I think, like you said, it starts from self-belief, self-esteem, and I think this is odd, but when you have goals and you have a focus in life,
Mhm.
I think like attracts like in certain instances. So you will not go and attract somebody who's quote unquote abusive. They can only hide for so long. Like in like some people, how will I say it? Some people date and don't show their true selves
Mhm.
until they get married. Then when you get married, you will now start saying, "Oh, there were signs."
I beg to differ.
Really? Go
Yes.
ahead.
I mean, what going into another topic, trust me. I don't know how long this show is gonna
So
take.
it's normally like an hour, but it can go
Oh,
longer.
exactly. So be ready, sit down, relax, you know, because now you're talking about this. So if we're talking about what is the focus today? Is it on marriages or just it cuts across relationships,
Toxic
dating,
relationship. It could be in the
toxic
work. It could be in the workplace. Toxic environment. Toxic relationship. A relationship that is not good for the man or the human beings
for
who are in it.
anyone, even for kids.
Yeah.
Okay, because talking about it, like how long are you able to pretend? The truth is, you see those things, but you pretend not to. You're living in denial.
Love covers it.
Distrust.
Yes.
Exactly. You're
Yes.
just there believing like everything is gonna be good. Don't worry. By the time I show him love, when you're toxic, no amount of love changes those people. And let me be honest with you. Some of them just don't wake up and they become toxic. Something, one thing leads to another.
Yeah.
Okay. It could be they're going through, some health challenge. It could be, loss of job, financial difficulties and all of those. But the key thing there is like if you're married, you have your spouse to, talk with. So communication right now is very key in
Okay.
relationships. So when
Okay.
you don't talk about things, it builds up and that's it. And the safest place or the next person or the closest person to vent out on is the one you're in a relationship with, because you
Yeah.
wouldn't come outside because we're good at covering up
Covering up. Yeah.
exactly come
Our
out
shame.
exactly come
Yeah.
out. You're the best couple. You're giving people the impression everything is all rosy when it is not. Like
Yeah.
I said, I am this, like I invited some people and they know me. Like my mouth, if I can't talk about it, I will type it out. I will send it to you because
Okay.
you're better off I say it. And once I say it, trust me, that's it. But if I have to go to type a text or a chat or an
Yeah.
email, to express my feelings, then that's it. Okay. So you're better off I talk about it. The things I don't talk about and I keep quiet or more, now, take off. Yeah. Know that like I'm so pained, but I've come to the stage in my life where I talk about anything, you
Okay.
know, and the truth is I talk about it and I make sure no one gets hurt.
Okay. Okay.
If
So
you're
you
my
consider their feelings when you talk
ex-
about it
exactly
instead
like
of
not
keeping it
just
inside.
exactly like my husband, for instance, because I will always want to, talk about myself. I mean, when you allow things, it grows. We are from two different we are two different people coming to live together. He was
Yeah.
raised differently, different background, different everything.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
there are things I do and he'll be like, please don't act spoiled, you
Yeah.
know and I'm like, some things, he just doesn't feel sensitive to, your feelings. And he just like, oh, but if the table was to turn around and you see me, I'm all over the place. Okay, I'm not feeling well. He feels, oh, he's doing something like it doesn't matter. Okay. Because I kept talking. I didn't just keep quiet. And like that's how he is.
Okay.
And when I started talking, he'll be like, it's nothing. I don't know. You like to act drama. You're too drama. All of those. I'm like, that drama saved my marriage.
Oh,
Okay.
I see. I
Because
see.
I never kept quiet. Whether he could say things, hurtful things that would hurt my feelings. And to him, it was normal. Okay. Because I kept talking about it. And even if like, oh, it's okay. My I lock my mouth. He calls it,
Hello?
just my mouth. Okay. And I would rather would talk about everything. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
The more you talk about things like we're doing now, the more you're at ease with it. And for the guy, you never know because
Yeah.
they are learning. So it could be
Yeah.
the other way, it could be the lady, it could be the man. Okay.
Okay.
Keep doing what you're doing. It's always good to want to save your relationship,
Yeah.
especially when it's not life threatening.
Hmm.
Okay. So
Okay.
but how does it get there? It starts
That's
from
that's that it starts from. So what you're saying is in a nutshell is communication
communication, and you can't tell
from
me
the get-go.
you
If
can't
both of
pretend.
you keep talking, then everybody knows where everybody's is hurting, or everybody knows where, just to be on the same page at every point in time.
Exactly. And always
Therefore, it's
acknowledge
okay.
because
Okay.
the truth is there are things that would warrant him to talk to me in a certain
In
manner.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
always acknowledge the fact that, oh, you probably did something that put him off.
Yeah.
Okay. Acknowledge that. But it's not the reason why, someone has to cuss you out. You know,
Okay.
I mean, we are in a relationship and we can talk about anything,
Yeah.
right? So,
Yeah.
and if I'm not happy, then what am I doing there?
Yeah.
So, and if
But
you
see,
are,
see, with right there, not to cut you off, right there, if you're not happy.
Mhm,
So there was one time I was talking to a pastor, a Nigerian pastor. Before I
mhm.
say anything, let me not forget my. Hey, welcome, welcome, Trisha King, fantastic Zenny, welcome, cooking in the mo. You're making breakfast. Please share with us what you're making. Take a picture.
Sorry.
Jeffrey Lopez TV, thank you so much for coming. Please don't forget to thumbs up the stream, okay? Thank you, thank you. I appreciate you all. So yes, I was speaking to a pastor, and who I was telling him about the same toxic topic, certain things that people will do and all that good stuff. And he said, just go to God in prayer and
Mm,
don't worry about him.
I've
And
heard
if
that.
they're not happy, and he said, marriage, you're not that God's intention for marriage was not happiness. I was like, ah,
No.
no. He said God's intention for marriage is for it's he said what did he say? He says it's not for happiness, is to there's a way he explained it. I'm like, so you're telling me if I'm not happy right now in my marriage,
Turning,
I should stay there because it's
turning
not.
the back upside down.
Yes. I said, let's not flip the Bible around because it's not okay. I mean, even they are okay, let me give you this. This is like going all the way out of the topic and why it's important to me that we talk about this. So I have a friend of mine
Mhm,
who was a deaconess in church. She was going through an abusive marriage. It started from somewhere, but because she's a deaconess, she thought she could pray it away. See, God is not a fool.
You can't
God
fool
is
him.
not a fool.
You can't mock him.
Tiffany said that pastor sounded like he was misinformed. Yes, he was misinformed. You know, and to me, the way he's looking, I don't think he was happy in his marriage, but he's accepted his fate. For you to be that close-minded, you know, Tiffany Chanel, you're right. You know, so she kept going through, and everybody was advising her, you need to leave this guy. He started hitting her. He started to hit her. He started to be whatever he was to her. And she was begged for the last time. Of course, her pastor said, pray it out. Let's have family prayer. Let's fast for 7 days. And why women are the ones who always fast in a marriage is what I don't understand. But that's okay. We fast and pray for marriages.
Like fighting for something that is not worth fighting for.
Exactly. So guess what? He ended up beating her to death. I shared that in a live the other day. She's dead. She was my friend. We went to school together. He beat her to death. Her kids were 4 and 2.
Wow.
It started from something. I don't know if because it's a shame in an African culture. Before, it was a shame to divorce. Is it like my mom would say, leave, if it's that bad, don't divorce, but separate yourself. What does that mean? If it's that bad, I don't agree with that. If it's that's a whole different topic. If it's that bad in a relationship, and I should specify marriage, but I said relationship, that way is boyfriend, girlfriend, it's husband and wife, right? And it's even in the workplace. I quit my corporate job because it was toxic. That's a whole different story too. That's why I said this toxic relationship is like a different, it should be a series because on different levels. And sometimes it could be between a mother and her child.
Exactly.
It could be, you know, neighbors. It could be whatever, but
Friends.
toxic.
Supposed
What's it?
friends. Friends. You know?
Yes. Amongst friends as well. Yes.
Exactly.
That starts from jealousy. So specifying in this one, like she passed away. And I didn't go to her funeral even though I was there because I could not see her that way. And I'm sure if she stepped, and every time I say when somebody ends up losing their life or stay in a toxic relationship for a long time, I always wonder, like, if we are the ones in it and you step out of your body and watch yourself, what would you do?
Hit yourself a second time. Die a second time.
If you stepped out of your body, what will you do? So let's kind of bring it all in full circle. Like what you have shared now is before, if you love yourself and you believe in yourself and you are willing and you are deliberate about keeping your standards, there's a way your relationship would be, but it won't be toxic because relationships, like you said, it will have challenges because you were both raised differently.
Of course, they will
And
always
you chose to do life together, which is difficult on its own. But that's the difficulties to deal with. But when it becomes toxic, where there's disbelief, there's distrust, there's disrespect, there's financial where's the big word? You guys are the lawyers. Financial incompetency. I just threw those words together.
I know.
Tiffany Shulan is our money guru. Like it starts, I think, for money side, that's a whole different topic as well. You're with somebody who doesn't know how to manage money. And that comes with distrust. That comes with lots of lies. That comes with covering yourself. So it goes all the way. But before a young girl or a young man decides to go into a relationship, they saw love. They loved each other. Hi, Cooking in the Mo. Thank you so much. I heard you too. Thank you. Thank you. You guys can add. Tiffany, you can add. If you have anything else to share, please share. If you want to come on, let me know. I can put you on as well. But you can also add. Definitely comment, okay? So before a young girl, because all of us as young as we are, when you meet the first guy that your heart starts to get butterflies for, it's all love. Nobody sees the other person the opposite way. But what do you think? At what point do you think it turns? Is it the opposite of what you said, where somebody's looking for love, or somebody's looking for, like, where does it start and why do people stay? Why do you think it starts and why do you think people stay in a toxic relationship?
Validation.
Mm, wow.
Validation.
Are you guys taking notes? I'm taking notes. My book is my page is almost full here. But so you think people needing validation from people blindly go into relationships?
Blindly.
Hmm.
Toxicity. If if you go on social media, like 90% of all the motivational speakers are going through it.
Mm,
Both the ones we know and the ones we don't know.
mm.
So one of the reasons I left Facebook, apart from the fact that I had 4 kids to take care of and school and all of those,
Yeah.
I got tired of seeing people live a lie.
Mm,
And you definitely know what is going on there. And they expect you to come out and live the same way. I would rather, shut my mouth than open it and, say trash. Okay.
yeah. Yeah.
So I actually have so much respect for people that, before, because we are growing and
Yeah.
learn as we grow. Okay. And they say a wise man learns from his own mistakes and a
Yes.
wise from others' mistakes. So as a young girl, I had this mentality because I was forced into believing that you need to marry and stay married. Okay. And they are sending you off from your parents' home and telling you you don't have any room here, kind of like you've been sold.
Pushing you off. Yes.
Go do it
Yeah.
then. Look at what it takes. Stick around, And but the truth of the matter is it to what end? So I actually have so much respect for anybody that has been in a toxic relationship and able to walk out with their heads because most times they don't come out of it.
Yeah.
Like you said, you were not able to see anything in Nigeria, like any record to show, anything
No
that
statistics. No
documented.
statistics at all that shows how many
No,
women are in, because it starts from
because
that
it is
small.
forbidden. You're not
Yes.
allowed to say it.
Yes.
Okay, you are
Yeah.
not allowed to. And even when you're bold enough to speak out,
Yeah.
people attack you. They ask you if you're the only person, you
Yeah.
know.
Are you the first person?
Are
Will
you
you be
the
the
first one?
last?
Are you the only one, going through this? Are you this? Are you that? And when that happens, say to them that you might not be the first person, but it ends with you.
You end with that's a good. Whoa.
That's what I
That's a.
tell. That's what I tell my husband. Like at times when we talk right now, we just laugh, because we've been there, like where we had to break it. So both of us deliberately were willing to save, ourselves from ourselves. And there's
Mm,
one thing he does, um, when a man is willing to support your cause, give him credit. Okay.
mm,
Some people, get threatened when a woman is doing better than them.
mm.
Okay. And that alone, brings about toxic relationships.
Because
So
there's insecurity.
insecurity is one of it.
Mm,
Okay.
wow.
So when you're insecure, you want to do everything to bring the lady down. Some name callings, some would go as much as hitting you. Okay. Domestic violence,
Violence.
you, verbally. It doesn't have to be, when someone hits you, even cheating on you.
Yeah.
Okay. And some people, when your spouse or your
Significant other, whatever.
exactly
Partner. They call it
partner,
partner now.
partner, exactly. When they do things and instead of being sorry, yeah, it's okay to give someone a second chance. But when someone deliberately cheats on you, because most times they attribute it to the devil, when someone does it,
That's in the African community.
I would rather you come out to tell me I am very sorry and that you're going to work on yourself and you do everything to make sure it doesn't happen. But some people would come out to tell you, after all, they're not the only ones. What about
Well
this
done.
person? That alone should tell you that
Yeah.
that is no genuine apology. And if things like that, if it happens and you take it without addressing it,
Yeah.
trust me. I don't know the person I was speaking with said I would rather, was it you? I don't know. They said they would rather be right? Let me see. I talk with a lot of people. They would rather do the right thing than be the good wife.
Okay.
You know, you're trying to be the good partner. Oh, are you the only one? Why is she always the one, complaining? Others are not talking. They're not talking because they are not able to respect
Yeah.
those that open their mouth to say the way it is. You
Yeah.
know, so you're trying to be the good person. Okay,
Yeah.
no, I remember who it was. My co-wife.
Yeah.
Talking, and she would rather be the right wife than try to be a good wife and suffering.
Wow.
You want
Oh,
you want to be right, you want to be good. Validation. It comes down
yes.
to
Yeah.
validation. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, think about anything. Oh, that's how she is. Oh,
Yeah.
man, how is she the only one? Is she the only
Yeah.
one? That
Yeah.
one, makes me go off. That's some word I don't want to hear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you know, luckily my husband will always like, oh, I mean, people go through things, but the fact that I wouldn't take it, he stopped it, okay, because he knows, I don't like it. In as much as it wasn't like a walkover, it's something that has to, you just have to keep pushing. Don't
Yeah.
give up midway or like,
Yeah.
oh, that's how he is. I've tried, that's how he is. Or your mom tells you to pray, like you that have been praying, how come God didn't answer your own prayers? Or your child. Do you understand? So
Yes.
it is not like it's good to pray because even the Bible, I'm a Christian and I would like to call myself a practicing Christian as much as I would I would want to shut up. But then that's how it tastes. I strive to. So but the truth is I pray. And the Bible said we should remind God said we should remind him of his commitments to us
Yeah.
in the areas of our needs.
Yeah.
So if you pray about it, you've been praying. So it's not like you just started praying because you found yourself in that situation. What about you praying and the guy is not praying? So what happens?
Yes.
So
Yes.
now you already know you could anything, talk about anything and everything. And when he's not willing to, maybe he's really no longer in there. He may have walked away from like spiritually,
Yeah. He's walking away. He's not there. Yeah.
he's not there anymore. And you're just there, being in a relationship with yourself. Those signs would have been there. You
Those
know,
times I've been there.
you
Yeah.
know, someone like when you're talking, I'm like, I don't like it when you say this. And when the man says, oh, because you do this, I equally don't like it, then he's open to have a very civil conversation with
Okay.
you.
Yeah.
And he's at least willing to, make changes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's willing to make changes. But when the guy doesn't care, he's not there. Oh boy, don't beat yourself. Be
Yeah.
happy. It doesn't mean I'm not saying walk away. Make yourself happy.
Do
You
what you have to do. Whatever that thing is for you, do
guard,
it.
guard
Yeah.
your peace.
Yeah.
Okay,
Ooh. Are
guard
you
your
guys getting this? Woo!
when
I got
when
some nuggets here.
when a guy knows that whatever he does, like, oh, you look past whatever thing he's doing. And okay, you're acting like, oh, okay, you're not willing to make changes. That's how I am. So deal with that or take the walk. They might not really spell it out. And you don't have to take the walk. Maybe when it comes to marriages, maybe kids are involved, and you just don't think your life is not threatened. My dear, you like to dress up, find a reason to dress up. You like to cook, just go cooking. When they tell you, oh, look at you, you claim to be born again, and this is what you're doing. That's the reason you have to do the born again thing more. Okay. When because do those things that they want that they don't like. Or okay, once they say something, you go and you're crying, my dear, they're gonna use it on you.
So that's so thank you so much, Amanda, for that. So I've written so much of what you've said,
Hmm?
and I'm going back to because not to get too personal, but I've been in an abusive relationship before.
Hmm?
And I would say a toxic relationship. where there was physical, there was mental, there was psychological, and I stayed because what would they say? Like I was
Exactly.
telling my mom in the African community or even here, what would they say? Who are they? Who are those people?
Exactly. That
You
in
know,
their
I
homes.
stayed because what would they say?
Mhm,
I stayed because I was in there, my family wasn't happy I was there.
mhm,
And I felt in my heart that this person was for me.
mhm,
Right? This is my story.
mhm,
I felt this person was for me based on him and I's communication, how we are outside all the noise.
mhm,
So there are two things. It could have gone on perfectly well, where he respects that, come, this girl sacrificed a lot for me. So I won't let her down. I won't let her family have the
down.
last say. I will love her and show. Do you understand?
Go
He
all the
didn't
way
take
with
that
her.
route. So that route was not taken. The
Mhm,
route he took was, oh, if they will treat me this way, then I'll treat you this way here. So when it started happening, whether the curses, the the physical part, the verbal, the verbal part started coming.
yeah.
It starts with, if you had any self-esteem, why would you be with me when your family said don't be with me? Boom.
Let me.
That hits you
Mhm.
because so from high self-esteem of confidence, high
I re-
self-esteem and you having confidence in yourself that okay, this is the person I want to be with,
mhm,
to him now using that thing that you think should bond you guys together, he
against
starts using that, he or she starts using that against
you.
you. It
Yeah.
rocks your foundation, it
Of course.
rocks your trust, it rocks your that belief that you have in yourself that this is it, and then it becomes toxic. So you
Yeah.
don't have a say because now they're overpowering you with what they think. So this is me and every other person out there who's not being heard.
That's what it is. That is what it is. You just summarized it. That's how they operate.
Mhm.
Okay. I have one that is ongoing, someone very close to me and very dear to my heart. I was going to invite her, for this. And you could tell that the more she started talking about it, she's feeling a whole lot better and she's glowing. I would always, news travels so fast. So it's something, and I don't know, for some reason, when I look at you, I could tell if you're happy or not. I
Yeah,
I know who is genuinely happy. I'm
yeah,
not God, but then it's so easy. I just need to have a conversation with you, and I know who wants to make it work.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
and who has given up on a thing. If
yeah,
you like sugarcoat it for me, I already know what it is. But I mean, who am I to judge you? I won't
yeah.
judge you. Something happened one time, and I was having a conversation with my husband. We're always talking, and I said something like, "Babe, you, I can't believe you said this, eh? Like, phew, eh?" And I'm like, "Oh, I have changed, though." I, I said
You
what I
guys are
said.
German. She says almost. Whatever your dog says almost.
I, I said what I said. The reason I'm doing this is for this little girl here, Becca. Because I need to save her tomorrow. I
Yeah.
need her to,
Woo!
I need her to speak up. I'm very passionate about this topic, okay? Because I may not have, you know, um done it the right way, but to be honest, anytime you wake up is your morning. So
Yes.
my husband now knows there are certain things you don't, discuss around me when it comes to things like this.
Yeah.
Because I will, before I will like, hey, why would this person leave her marriage now? More, that is not it. Mm-mm. If you have to walk, walk.
Well, yes. It doesn't have to be physical first because let me tell you from my
Exactly.
experience,
That's what
the
I'm.
verbal part is like
That's what
I
I'm
don't I
going
don't
to.
have a razor blade. I have my comb here. The verbal parts is where it
That's
remains till today. I still have those words in my head. I'm not longer in that space where I lost my self-esteem.
Mhm.
Nobody can speak to me that way now for me to say,
Thank
oh,
you.
I'm stupid, I'm really dumb. No.
No,
I mean they attack and you know how, and I think sometimes is it's you letting yourself be vulnerable. Now you
exactly.
have to limit it at
Vulnerability.
what when. So okay, let's if we put it back in a little lovely basket as a gift.
Mhm.
A toxic relationship is not good for everybody. So what
No,
has Amanda has said? I did my show. Amanda,
I know.
I'll be right back. Amanda, keep talking. I'll be right back.
Okay,
Keep
guys.
talking.
The truth of the matter is here. When you're in a toxic relationship, you already know it. It starts from the very beginning. You see those signs. Those signs are always there. And you know a guy that is willing or a girl that is willing to, you know, change, to evolve. Most times, it is something, it starts with something very little, something small. And you're like, oh, it's okay. You overlook it. And the moment something happens and you decide to, keep it as a secret. And with your abuser, in the know, knowing that you're trying to cover up for him or her, that's it. That's when you already gave them the ticket to, you know, treat you, anyhow they want to treat you. You've given them the pass,
Weapon, the parts, yes. Sorry
because
about
now
that.
you're not able to tell your family because you want them to think you're having the best of marriages.
You
You
have
have
to tell your
you
friends.
don't want to tell your friends because
Yes.
you think they're having it all good. I
Yes.
pray for my friends to have it all good, but
Yes.
that is you. Okay,
Yes.
so
Yes.
you really don't know what is happening behind closed doors.
You don't, and you can't. I stopped saying somebody is my mentor. I say Jesus Christ is my mentor. I
Simple.
leave it at that. I can just say I like I used to say, like I love Oprah, everything about Oprah. But
Hmm.
then I tell myself I like her because of how she grew up.
Hmm.
I love her story.
Hmm.
I love how she is. I love the fact of where she became from. So I don't say anybody's my mentor because a lot of people pretend, like in these days of social media.
Yeah.
Tiffany Chanel said, yes, very true, Amanda.
There's-
Tiffany Chanel says, very true, Amanda. I
yeah.
mean, for me, it starts with like what you have said is people get into these relationships for validation.
Yes. That's it.
They get into this relationship because of that insecurity they have in themselves. They stay in it because of the validation and the insecurity. And
Someone.
then, yes, and then sometimes is the ego of, I don't know how I would define this ego, where, well, I can't let ABC know, so I'm gonna make up when I go outside. I'm
Mhm.
gonna make up as in physically and out everything. Let me make up and then say, oh, my husband is so this, my wife is so this, and they hide. And in the Christendom too, there's
Yes.
so many toxic. I'm telling you, I will say this. My church in Columbus, Ohio, Columbus, Ohio is my hometown. My pastor, I have so many stories. My pastor was so sweet. He's a Ghanaian pastor. He was so nice. He would drive all the way from where he lives to 161 to pick me up to go to school in the morning. He didn't like me in that sick way, but he just appreciated me as a human being. So wherever he was driving from, whether I was in his way or not, he was so lovely. And on Sunday, his wife would wear the best goggles. Me, I was wondering, and she was so well dressed.
Mhm.
And he would talk about marriages. They had marriage classes. There were marriage counselors, and she would always wear her badass goggles, and she always cover her body. And she just Cristiano.
Mhm.
Do you know how we found out that there was fire in the mountain? This woman ended up in the hospital. He's been beating her to a pulp. He's been pastor of a church. He was heading the church, and he would beat her. Do you know she ended up in the hospital or whatever? And we found out all those lovely, lovely goggles were just to cover her black eyes.
I
And
know.
she's trying to keep up a front. She's trying to not let the church or the ladies that she's mentoring to know that this is what was happening. And where young college girls were there admiring her glasses, her
Oh,
sunshade.
awaiting burial by installment.
You understand?
Mhm.
So for me, it's that. So people, not girls or guys, people get in these relationships, of course, wanting to love and be loved.
Mhm.
But then I think when it starts being toxic, yes, Trisha King, I'm telling you, when it starts being toxic, they don't know what to do. Like a lot of relationships right now that I said there's no nonsense relationship on Instagram anymore. Everybody hold your man. Ooh, ooh, ooh. At the back, you don't know what's happening. So how do we help? how do we as human beings who are seeing these things, like you said, for your own marriage, you've set the pace for your husband, you've set the pace, so he knows what you don't like, and you're saying communication.
Yeah, let me say something to you. Someone that is going through like
Yeah, there's
I,
no ugly. Sorry, there's no ugly. You cannot see anybody who's sad anymore in on Instagram, right? If
exactly.
they're sad, it's a thumbnail for something else right now, and then you can't take a picture without sticking your butt out.
Let
That
me
means people who have big butts don't really. If you really have a big butt, you don't want to show the big butt.
follow
But
Call.
that's a whole other topic. Go ahead,
Yeah,
there.
I get it. I show it. Anyways, let me tell you, okay? I don't want to lose my thought. Like you said, what do we do? Speak out.
Yes.
Speak
Okay.
out and speak out more.
Okay.
The people you're talking to at a point may not want to listen to you. They will think you're blabbing. Oh, why she always this? Why she always that? Someone, I was talking with someone that is going through like some very serious, abuse. In fact, it's over, pretty much. So now that the process of everybody, let's do it the civil way. And the truth is, once you accepted it for too long, it's hard for even your abuser or the person you're in that relationship with
Understand
to
that
let
or even
go.
abuse.
No, to let go, because the moment you like, oh my God, when those
Like a veil is taken off your when the veil is taken off.
and they're like, oh my God, they are the people that they held captive, they wouldn't let you go. They will go all the way. And the fact that you're doing it, so the earlier you do it, the better for you.
So speak out. Okay.
Speak out and speak out more. And
Mm.
when I like, there's something I do. My parents-in-law, I will always quick to run to them. Anything I don't tolerate anything at all. I don't tolerate it. I mean, it's always good to acknowledge where you think you haven't done well, because the person you're in a relationship with, it's human as well. We were in a I was talking to someone about what she was going through. I already had heard.
Yeah.
I didn't have to make her tell me everything, but I was always reaching out and saying things and praying for her. Okay, then again, pray for her to be strong, not for her
Okay.
to go back, because
Okay.
it was a long time coming. Okay, so when I told her certain things that had happened to me, okay, and she was like, your husband was very willing to change.
Mm.
He was willing to even listen to people,
Okay.
you know talk about someone that is doing something, and what you're doing is not right, and you're not willing to change. You don't listen to anyone, then that's it. And it just didn't start, it didn't just start like today, and you saw you were there sitting down, and it was growing. You were doing a whole lot of things and pretending and come out, hold hands, and things were just going.
That's the part I don't understand. They will hold hands when they come to like an African party or a party. They go, mm.
Sweetie,
You don't
when
even
I
say I
go
love you
out,
before.
when I go out,
Because
my my husband, I call his name. He'll be like, "Hey, babe," and someone told me, "Ha, you wouldn't even say honey, sweet." I said, "Leave that matter. He knows what it is. It's not about that. That the reason I wouldn't even do it is just for this reason, because you want people to think that's
to
how
say,
it."
oh, they're in love, oh, they love each
I'm,
other. It doesn't.
I'm just.
Mm.
It doesn't. When I want to kiss you, I'm kissing you because I genuinely want to kiss you. I
Not because.
can't be angry with you like we're going for something. Oh, babe, you're always running late. Next time I'll leave you. I said, next time if you leave me, I will not go now. If you leave me, if I go there, I'll frown. Everybody will know I'm not happy. Eh? You know? So we are just, "Hey," and we get there. I like, oh,
Then you're
come,
holding hands and hugging.
leave me alone. Don't hold me. Say sorry to me here. I'll say it, and people will laugh.
Are you serious?
And and he was like, "Oh, it's okay. I mean, we don't want to wash our dirty linen in public. It is different,
Then
but
let's not pretend then.
we cannot pretend about it."
All right. So the first one you said is speaker. That's so. I'm so happy. I think I'll have a part three of this, but then it will be maybe on a lighter note or something. But then
Yeah.
you said number one, how to get yourself, like once you've identified that it's toxic, at least let's jump to that. Once you've identified that it's toxic, however you've defined toxic to be, because toxic, like I said, to start everybody who's coming in, toxic we've defined from last show to now is any relationship that is not healthy for you.
Simple.
Any relationship that is not healthy,
Your
get rid
health,
of get rid of it.
your health is going down. You don't
Your
have no
health,
peace, sleeplessness. You're
yes,
you're just sitting there and expecting a miracle to happen.
which is
No,
called madness. Psychologists say
that's what
if
it
you're
is.
doing something the same
Same
way
way
and
and expecting a
expecting
different
different
result.
result, you are
Yeah.
mad. Ara.
That's the truth. So I would say that I learned, like, thank God, I even had to go for a
Counseling.
marriage enhancement class. That's what it's called.
Oh,
And I
okay.
tell you, we're not coming here. Some people say, it's not like anything is happening to my marriage. And those
But
counselors
you'd be
tell you,
amazed. Mhm.
they are telling you, no, we know, because they know people. They don't want to come thinking everything is wrong. Things are not going the way they should. If you're in
Yeah.
a relationship and you're playing the role of a man, Omo, that is not what it should. That's how it should be. No matter how you want to. I mean, we are helpmates. Help your. I mean, there could be things could happen, sometimes that not like a man wakes up and he's sleeping and he expects you to just be the breadwinner, not like he lost his job just for a few months, or something happened to his health and it's just that the man is just lazy and thinks, oh, you can take care of the kids. Almost your relationship needs help.
Oh.
It needs
Okay.
it needs
So
help.
so let's go to, or either two things. Is either we talked about signs that you're in a toxic relationship and then what to do. So we had one idea. You said you had one idea of what to do, which is speak out.
Let
So
me
let's go all the way back.
let
So
me tell
everybody
you.
in the chat, right? If you have, please, this is a dialogue, right?
Mhm.
Please share. Other people are going to come on here and watch this episode and learn something. And the whole purpose of this show is for you to get nuggets. You can share it, you can listen. All of that is supposed to bless your life, okay? Tiffany Chanel says, yes, doing the same thing, expecting it. It's insane. Yes. Cooking in the morning. You keep giving me a heart. Do you have anything to share? Trisha King, all of you, go ahead and share anything. Like right now, we're about to start talking about, okay, she gave one nugget on what to do if you're in a toxic relationship, right? But I kind of want to go with like top 5 things, um how you 5 ways you can identify, like which she and I can agree on from this show. We can do 10, we can do 20, but
Mhm.
top 5 things at the top of our heads to make you identify that you're in a toxic relationship. And then we'll have top 5 things to do, right?
Mhm.
To help you, I guess. We're not going to solve your problem for you, but we're just going to help you.
Mhm.
So we'll start with the top number one, two, three. Number one, what we number one, like top 5 things for you to, 5 ways, top 5 ways to identify
Okay.
a toxic relationship.
Mhm.
So if anybody who has anything to add here, go ahead and add. If we have 10, then we get 10, okay?
Oh, my
Number
so hungry.
one, disrespect, like blatant disrespect
Mhm.
on both sides. That's
Not
toxic to
having
me.
regard. Mhm.
Not having regard.
Wanna-
So disrespect, disregard, yes.
Mhm.
Which other one? So we have disrespect, disregard,
Mhm.
um,
Lies.
lies. So trust. If you have trust issues or just lies.
Lies. Someone looking you in the eyes and lying to you, and you're seeing something is this way, and they want you to pretend it's not black, that is white.
So lies,
Lies.
blatant, like in your face lies.
Exactly. And it affects you psychologically because someone is like beating a child and telling the child not to cry. So they don't even want you to have any proof, you know. Even when you have the proof, that's it. That makes it worse. Okay.
Mm,
So
mm.
those once they are lying, tell them, tell the truth.
Yeah.
At times, people come, oh, we noticed this happened, and your partner wants you to lie, wants you, indulge him, or what word for, yeah, wants you, play along with him. That's your doom.
Mm, wow. Okay, that's a good one. So
Yeah.
let me go to thank you so much. So we have two. So let me go to the comment section, the chat section. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. So Trisha King says her personal opinion. She says, I don't think there is a point in staying in a toxic relationship. She says she lost a friend. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I lost one very dear friend of mine, and then I know two people, my mother's friends. In fact, three people. One
Mm.
was here in the US. The husband killed her and killed her mom
Whoa.
in the US. The
Whoa.
other one, he beat her. Two of them, he beat. Man, okay. All right. So, Trisha King, I'm so sorry to hear that. I agree with you. So that's her opinion. She said leave. So I would say number two. Well, I'm writing on both sides, depending on what I get, right? So, and then Tiffany says, one way to identify a toxic relationship. She said, one, a person disrespects and disregards you. Yes. Two, she said, the person thinks that they are always right and you're always wrong. Yes. And, whoa. Tiffany Chanel just summarized what we've been talking about. You're doing what Tiffany Chanel does when she's on her life. Her daughter will keep coming. She's like,
She said
baby,
she's
baby.
she's hungry.
Oh, okay. We're almost. It's. See, this is
No,
how we talk, and
it's
it's almost
okay.
past.
The fact that I'm here, she has to be hungry. Don't worry, she'll be fine.
Yay, Oluwakemi in Jersey. I'm thinking that's an in-law. That's somebody. Welcome, welcome,
Welcome.
welcome, welcome to the house.
Mhm.
So Tiffany Chanel summarized it. I have to read it over again because that's what we're talking about. She said one way to identify a toxic relationship. She said one, a person disrespects and disregards you.
Mhm.
Two, the person thinks that they are always right and you are wrong. I know. Like, what makes you think you're? Whew,
You don't
God,
know
okay,
what
no,
you
sorry.
don't know what you're saying.
Yeah, as if you don't have a brain, but that also enters the disrespect because why do you think I don't have a brain? Or
Exactly.
all
Mhm.
right, then three, she said the person is a habitual liar. Like
Massive.
you when they lie, you start thinking, hold on, you start thinking you're the one, you start thinking you're crazy. Okay. So and then Tiffany Chanel also had one thing for the to do. She says, do not be triggered. That's a good one. That's excellent. She said, do not be triggered. Using the gray rock method will help with this. Ooh, Tiffany Chanel, can you expand on the gray rock method? That's a good one.
Sense of entitlement.
Ooh, I'm writing it. I'm writing it so we can share. That's amazing. Thank you, Oluwakemi.
How come I
So
can't
she
even
said,
see their chats?
eh? Can you see the chat?
Oh,
You can from your phone. If you go to my live right now, I'm live. You can see the chat and you can chat from there. You're the guest. You're not supposed to be chatting. You're supposed to be
I
chatting
know.
with us.
That's
Okay,
fine.
so you want to do two at the same time.
I
So
like
if you use your phone, if you mute your phone,
no, it's
right?
okay. Hmm.
And then no, you can look at it so you can see your people that are coming in, right? People that you invited. You can look
They'll
at your
chat me
phone.
out. Mhm.
And then she said using the gray. So Tiffany, explain the gray rock method, okay? And then Trisha, Tiffany is saying sorry for your loss. So we welcome Lulu Kemi already. Trisha King is saying, Tiffany, you're so right. Thank you so much, Oluwakemi. And then Tiffany says, welcome everyone to the live. Please thumbs up the live and the host in Ejeni's corner and the guests might enjoy the thank you. So please share me out, share me out. Thank you so much. So now we've gotten like three, we're getting so much from the chat, we're getting so much from you. So what do you think? Um I think number four would be I don't know, sense of entitlement is kind of the same thing as ego, but I think into self-esteem.
Insecurity.
I'll put as insecurity. Insecurity is another one. I mean, they all kind of tied to each other, insecurity.
Yeah.
And then number 5 would be, thank you so much, Tiffany. Number 5 would be verbal, I would say verbal abuse. It's still disrespect and disregard, but emotional, emotional abuse.
That's everything is emotional. That
Everything, yeah, well, maybe it's all encompassing. Maybe we should find
gets
a
to your
different one.
emotions, yeah, and it hits you down.
Yeah. So Tiffany says you have to get your phone so you can read it too.
You need to rise above it.
So Tiffany Chanel says using the gray rock method, your objective is to make someone lose interest in you. You don't feed their needs for drama or attention. That's a good one. But then Tiffany, if I'm in a relationship, right? And Tiffany, you want to come on and talk or no?
Okay, someone just chatted me right now. Said she's enjoying it, but okay, let me read that. She said, um, she doesn't know how to chat. Tell her how to chat.
Okay, if you go to the live, how do I see it on my phone? If you go to the live, let me see if I can show you. What's the person's name?
UZ.
Okay. You see, hold on. One second.
There's this gist I need you guys to hear.
So if you go to the live, right there, it's like if you click on that X and go to live where it says live chat, click on the live chat, and then you see click on live chat, and you'll see where you can type in. You'll see everybody else talking. So a pair of scissors, let's go all the way back up there. Oh, I missed a lot. A pair of scissors says sometimes it isn't safe to just leave, right? How do you get the toxic partner to realize their faults and get help? You know, some people are so egotistical that, or egotistical that they don't think they need help. They think they're right.
But
Right?
you
A
need
pair of
help.
scissors. A lot of people don't think that they need help because if you say, it depends on the person's background. They don't, a lot of abusers or a lot of people who are the toxic ones in the relationship never see themselves as
Toxic.
toxic.
True.
Just in life, just like, let me use something that's very obvious to me. I need to lose weight. If I don't realize that I'm fat, that
Exactly.
I'm overweight, I know I have a problem with eating at night. I don't sleep well. I don't like drinking water. See, I've been drinking this water all day. As an example, if I don't realize that there's a problem and go and start doing something about it,
No one is gonna do it for you.
not do it for me. So if you know, people, they know that what they're doing is wrong. When you're in a relationship and you see yourself up here, like Tiffany Chanel was saying, you see the person down here, you will never think you have a problem because you don't want that equality.
Let me tell you something.
Yes.
This is about me, okay?
Yeah.
What you just said just rang a bell.
Yeah.
I always like to talk about me. My husband is someone, I'm beginning to understand him better. I wish I did, before, earlier. Do you know that you just talked about weight? Anytime I'm like, oh, I think I'm too fat. Look at me, I was telling you that today. And all those videos I do is just to make me feel good. Okay. So each time I talk about it, I hear like, you just had a baby. But I know very much, and he knows. So I'm like, it's not about having a baby. I said, that's the way I feel. Don't tell me I'm okay. I'm telling you how I feel. So acknowledge the fact that I feel this way. Okay? Because I need to be aggressive, sometimes.
But that's a positive husband, though. That's a
Yes,
husband who's
exactly.
supportive. There's some husbands like, yes, fat A, get out of the mirror, blah, blah, blah.
But then
You're
at
fat.
times I tell him he doesn't help me. So it depends on, where he's coming from. Let me tell you what point I'm trying to make out of this.
Yeah.
So each time I'm like, oh, I'm going to register for a gym. He'll be like, who has that kind of time? This one, let's do it later. And I just go ahead and do it. He follows me. So it's like you're in a relationship and you don't want something. if you say it and he like shuts you down, you keep quiet. That's it. It dies there. But once he knows you're making a move and you're going ahead to be happy, you see that he wants to, meet you and be on the same level with you. So each time I start, working out, I see that he's all willing to join me. Okay. And I mean, that's it. He wants to follow in as much as he does it for like a day or two. And be like, babe, let's leave it for today. That's the way it is with toxic relationships.
Yeah.
You start it, don't end it. Keep pushing.
Keep pushing.
The
Keep
fact
being the
that
person.
he stopped doesn't mean you have to stop.
Mm.
Keep, doing it. So if
Yeah.
he ever followed you because he liked it means he's willing to come all the way. So if you want, follow me, I'm going ahead. Let him
Yeah.
take after you. But
So
if
don't. Yeah.
he's not interested in it, okay?
Hmm.
So
Okay.
if he doesn't want to, make your life good, please guard your heart, guard your peace. Be
That's
happy.
where I'm getting at too. The things that I've written. I've written. Look at my book. I've written. I'm always writing. I've written
Yes,
so much.
you like to write.
I write so much.
I
So
know.
thank you so much for that, Amanda. Thank you, and that makes a lot of sense.
Mhm.
But that also comes with confidence and having that can-do attitude.
You
So
have
you cannot. You're in a relationship, and
yeah,
the person tells you something that you don't like or whatever. You don't shut it down.
right.
You don't cow down
Yeah.
like they have reign over you. You be like, oh no, you said that. No, you're not gonna say that to me because blah blah blah. Or I'm not gonna take you speaking that way to me. Oh my goodness. Bralade Koroye. Oh my Bralade is in the building. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh my goodness. Oh, let me just go up and welcome everybody again. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Are you kidding me? I want to see everybody you brought. Oh my lord. All
Tell
right.
me about them. Who are they? Roll
So
call, roll call.
creator, and I
Is
have
it
so
there?
many people here who are amazing. I have a pair of scissors, amazing. He was on my first show.
Hi,
The sister trio, amazing, amazing. Welcome. So let me greet everybody the same way. A pair of scissors, welcome, welcome, welcome. The sister trio, welcome, welcome, welcome. Who else? Us Never Them is in the building. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Tiffany Chanel, she's
Woo!
an amazing human being. I watched one of her shows. I watched one of her videos and I said, I'm hooked. I said, Tiffany, do you remember? I said in the last video too, I said, you must be my friend. You just have
By
to be
force.
my friend. We think alike. She's
Like both of us.
she's a proud single mother, a Christian single mother, paid
Whoa.
off her house, or bought a house rather, bought a house, lost 100 pounds,
Woo!
$100,000. I mean,
Go
I said, you
Tiffany.
are my friend. She is
You are my friend,
amazing.
Tiffany.
And then who else? Trisha King is my new friend and been supportive. Welcome,
Hey,
welcome,
Trisha.
welcome. Cooking in the Mo. Been here
Woo!
since we started. Thank you so much for being here. Fantastic Zinni. I appreciate what's my face?
Zini. Woo!
Fantastic City.
My
Welcome
Zini.
so much. Thank you for being here.
Zini's
Jafra
son is a
Lopez.
blogger.
Huh?
Zini's 4-year-old son is a blogger.
Really?
Mhm.
Wow. Fantastic City. Welcome. So if you're a content creator and you want to make friends with each other. If you're not, support each other, okay? I'm trying to have Amanda be a content creator. She has so
I
much to
am.
say.
Yeah,
Really?
we're getting
She
there.
has a content creator on her phone.
You go.
She has so much to say, and whenever we're on the phone, we talk while she's nursing, we talk while she's working, while she's doing all kinds of things. She's such a cool person, and it took us 2 seconds to decide that she's gonna be on the show. So I appreciate her. You guys please appreciate Amanda today for all the nuggets she's given us. Who else is in the house? I will take I said Trisha King, Tiffany. Who am I missing? Olua Kemi Jeze. Welcome, welcome,
Woo!
welcome. And
Oluwakemi.
Bralade is she just started a new. Okay, so you guys, if you don't know Stellify, go check the new podcast.
Tell
She
me
has a
about
new
her.
show, Stellify.
Okay.
I will put it in my by the time I post a video, I'll put her on there. I'll put supporting her on there. She just started a new podcast, same thing, empowering women, human beings, period, with her show, talking about she's an engineer. Do you understand?
Oh, I
With
know.
3 kids. She's a dancer. She and I are always on the dance floor. We like
Woo,
to
that's me. Woo.
we're always dancing and always having fun when we see each other
I'm
at the
gonna
party.
do one dance here before we go.
She's, she's a my beautiful Rivers girl. And let me see what she says.
Rivers they carry
I've
last.
lost count. What do you say?
Rivers no they carry last too.
We cannot see, brother. They tell them we cannot carry. Let me get back. Oh my God, there's so much has been said. Okay, hold on. Let me go back. Who else came in? I'll see you at the. So, brother, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much. You could have been anywhere else, but all of you are here. God bless you.
Bolanle. Is it my Bolanle?
No, not Brolande, Bralade.
Okay, Brawler Day. Oh, I see.
Thank you so much. God bless you guys. In my head, what I imagine is like women, strong women of different levels coming together to just solve so many problems. Do you understand? Like uplift girls. Why do you have low self-esteem? Come here.
This shit
What?
up like a minute.
You
Like
don't
you
have a
the
job
choice.
here, right? Your
Let's
husband say,
go.
"What? Come here." Your kid, what? Like we are like I have goosebumps. Like we stand strong together.
Together. Mhm.
In where's that Wakanda movie, Seth? You know how they have all those staff standing. I feel
Mhm.
like we are women that should have that standing
I
to say,
know.
regardless of what business you have, regardless of what career you're in, regardless of your status,
Mhm.
right? We cannot let see another woman fall. You're in a marriage
No.
where the man is using you. Why?
When a woman falls, we all fall together.
We all fall. Like
Mhm.
I feel like I have goosebumps talking about it,
I
but it
know. I
starts from
know.
somewhere. Brotherless shows talking about it.
Mhm.
We are talking about it. Anybody else, any platform you have, use it. What did God say? What did God say?
Tell
He will
me.
bless the works of our hands. Any
Yes.
small thing that He gives us, use that to
Use
His
it.
glory. You
Yes.
understand?
Mhm.
Let us as women, men can
Let
join us. Anyone,
women arise.
women are yes, and stand. Don't take that rubbish from anybody, even your fellow women. I mean, I was literally in a toxic corporate environment. I had to leave, and I don't regret leaving, but I see now what I should have done. But that's a whole different topic. It was toxic based on you trusting people. Anyway, let's go all the way back. So, Brother, this is what else did I miss? Okay. Okay, so okay, let me go all the way. Oh my goodness. I'm so behind. So Tiffany says one strategy for dealing with a narcissist or a sociopath um is to act like a gray rock, meaning that you become uninteresting and unresponsive.
Mhm.
I agree with that. At the same time, to add to that, if I'm unresponsive and uninteresting in a relationship, I shouldn't be there.
Exactly. So
You
what
get
are you there in the
like
first place?
what I mean, if I act uninterested and I don't care what you're saying, then let me go somewhere where I matter. I want to matter. I
Exactly.
want to
To be
I want to matter
celebrated.
to somebody. I want to be
Exactly. Loved.
of value to
Appreciated.
somebody. Yes. So I agree with you, Tiffany. I also add that. Then she said, using the gray rock method, your objective is to make someone lose interest in you. You don't feed their needs or for drama or attention. You see, there's some of them that, like you said, narcissists who
But we
seek attention. Then it starts being abusive because then I mean I've watched so many Nigerian movies on YouTube. I'm like, I'm doing this like, oh my God. Like if you don't watch Nigerian movies on YouTube, go and watch some things. You'll be like, what? Like what some women put there. I mean, a man will bring his girlfriend and kick his wife out of the bedroom and have the girlfriend come stay.
I've seen something live close to what you just said. Not a
Just
movie.
that's a whole different topic, but that is a toxic relationship with glasses and a cigar.
Makeup.
All right. So So that's what she said. So she's responding to a pair of scissors. She said that a toxic person may want to change, but then there are some that may not want to. You're very right. And she said, if they don't want to change, then you need to play gray rock and think of an exit. Exactly. If you're going to be unresponsive, and like my grandmother says,
Make it
my
fun.
grandmother says, there's a pin sticking you on your skin. Let me put a hand here. What she says is remove yourself. Leave that pin there and remove yourself.
Separate yourself from the whole.
Separate yourself from that. However you feel, if it's mentally you want to separate. For me, if I'm not there mentally, physically, man, I'm out.
I'm not there.
I'm,
My,
I'm gone.
there's something
Yes,
I'm
brother. They said be heard. Oh my God, that's number three. Brother, they says be heard.
be heard. One for me. One, be
Yeah,
heard.
be heard relationship.
Speak
I love
out, be
that.
heard.
Yeah. So should I put be heard and speak out as one?
Yeah.
Mm. Well, yeah. Okay.
Because at times, no, they are two different things, though.
I
At
put it
times,
as number
you
three.
might
Yeah,
want
because
to talk and that's
yeah,
shutting you down.
yeah,
Hush, hush, hushing you down. Don't say this. Let another person not hear this kind of thing. Yeah.
yeah. And then
If
be heard is on let the person understand where let the
you
person
understand.
understand where you like your stance, know
Yeah.
where you stand about. Yes, I love that. Thank you so much, Balade. And then a pair of sisters says, because even if you leave, they will just go on to hurt more people. That's true. But
No,
I'll not be.
after you too. So you need to be ready.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
A pair of sisters, I agree. But sometimes you might say it stops at me, but does it stop at you when it's at the expense of your life? If you say it stops at you, like you not hurt anybody, but if the person is not willing to change, they will hurt you. Like the girls that have lost their lives over saying they don't want to leave because of love and whatever else. What people will say. What
Yeah.
I told my mom yesterday, like she was telling me, okay, we're talking about getting this is a whole different. Let me digress. We're talking about getting a PhD. Yes, I want to have a PhD just for me, for my own thing,
Mhm.
but it's not a must for me. It's just something I will get it, but seeing with plenty kids and life and everything, I will still get it just because I want to be Dr. Ejeni. That's just my own thing.
That's
Avoiding the stress, yes. So she was like, "Well, do it because if you don't do it, they will say." I'm like, "I've never met them before. Them people." She
who
was
are
cracking
they?
up. Hey, I said, "Who are they?" She said, that's true. Who are they? I said, "Hey, who are they? Who? Why do we live our lives as they will say? They will say if you're single. They will say if you're married. They will say if those day people never exist. They're all in your head. Anyway, that's a whole different. So,
Yeah.
all right. Bralade says something else. Okay, hold on. Trisha King says exactly. If you don't leave immediately. Wait, oh, you don't leave immediately. But if the toxic person thinks that they do not need help, then it's up to you to discern what the best decision is. Strategy.
Mhm.
You don't stay there and say, well, love, love, love. That sometimes, I'm not going to lie, I don't love my husband all the time.
Love is not
Every
enough.
marriage is
Of
something you
course.
choose to love your husband every day. Just don't say, I love him unconditionally.
Yeah.
I love
Unconditionally.
you.
You need to love yourself to know the amount of
Love
love.
yourself unconditionally.
Mm.
And conditionally love everybody outside. I love my kids. I love my kids, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm still trying to say it's unconditional or conditional. It's unconditional for me. I love my kids unconditionally. But looking at life and what some kids are doing is not my portion. It's not anybody else's portion.
Mhm.
Whole different topic too. I've seen some things.
If
I've
if if trashing them means I don't love them, then it means sometimes I don't love my kids because I need
like
to straighten them
like
up.
hitting them, that's a whole different thing. Like
Yeah.
I discipline my kids, but
Smart.
not in the Nigerian way of you have to inflict pain for them to learn something. I don't believe that.
It's not
I
about
believe that
pain.
the kids need to know, like I warn them and I do something. Like I take things away from them, I sit down and I talk to them, I take
Mhm.
things away from them, I spank when I need to, but I'm not spanking like to inflict the pain so they'll remember. Because for me,
Exactly.
when I was small, I don't think my mother or whoever was spanking me cared the lesson, but it's their frustration. That's a whole different topic.
Exactly.
When
I
you
know.
spank, when you hit a child, the hitting part, that's a whole different topic too. So
It could send the two messages.
yeah, that would be a whole other thing. So Trisha King says, yeah. So Trisha King, yes, you're right. Then Brother says, seek to understand and be understood. Boom. You see that? Seek to understand it that works for some. There's some that are not, but we're being positive to say that once you guys, so there has to be that understanding there. You understand where I am, I understand where you are, and let's meet here, right? Amanda, you're distracted.
You know, wish.
And then she said boundaries. Yes, define your boundaries
Set
in the
boundaries
relation, to start from the relationship.
from the get go. You need
From
to
the get
set.
go, be understood and understand the person. It's true.
Let
Even in a marriage, you can't know it all. You can't do it all. I
no.
love this engagement. Woo. Love it, love it,
So
love it.
boundaries is very key. Very,
Boundaries
very, very
is
key.
yes,
Very
yes.
key. Very key. It solves a whole lot of problems. Trust me. Mhm.
Yeah, brother, she loves us both. I love you too, brother. You're awesome.
Love
Tiffany
you.
says she loves, I think, me or us.
Mhm.
Then Trisha King says,
You
wow,
gotta, you
amazing.
gotta love me too.
And Tiffany, look at Tiffany. I love how she owns it. She says, yes, I am divorced single mama. Love you too, Amanda. She is, when you hear her speak, you know she commands her own. And she may not have been that way. That's a whole different story too.
Mhm.
On her channel. She might not have been, and she's a very Christian. Like if you go to her show or her live shows, at the end of every show, she prays.
That's
And
what's
you know,
up.
it's a Christian woman who prays, and maybe she had been in something very difficult, and for her to be divorced, I'm sure she has gone to, and that's a whole. I will invite her for the show, and I
I'm
don't
gonna
want to
invite someone too.
do something to share her personal life, but it's the result, like where she is now. Like
Mhm.
I'm gonna have a show very soon of what would you tell yourself 10 years ago.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Mhm.
that picture, that canvas, right,
Mhm.
helps us to live the next 10 years.
Okay, that's the idea of the canvas, right? Whoa.
What did I do what would I do right now if I would
Differently.
do differently? And then do that for the next 10 years.
Mhm.
You understand? So you are focused. My sister-in-law says, ignore the background noise and just
Do
focus.
you focus?
That's to you, yes. So I love how she started. We invite her one of these days too, and for her to come talk. So Tiffany Chanel says, thank you, Trisha King. And so you're welcome there. Trisha King, really? I didn't even know you were like really? Where Trisha King, you're from River State, where? River State in the house, in the house, in the house, in the house. Okay, don't mind me. All right. This is my show. I went up. I'm sorry. So Brother says, such a noble ideal when women support. Yes, it is. Like genuinely support, not halfway. I mean, we all have to learn. Like
Mhm.
whatever mistakes we've made to backbite and condemn and talk. Okay, stop it. Don't do it
Stop.
again. Don't do it
Exactly.
again.
Mhm.
Now going forward, what can we do?
To
Yes,
help.
I've backbitten before, or we all gossip and stuff, but let's get rid of the gossip and talk about the good things about each other. It just
How to
uplifts.
move forward.
Yes, like nobody should call me about Amanda. Say, can you imagine what Amanda did? No, I shouldn't be doing that. You
Exactly.
shouldn't be doing that either. Listen to what I have to say and say, okay, she's your girl. Blah blah blah. Maybe she just, just be positive. But that's a whole different
Mhm.
show. Cooking in the Mo is just giving us hearts. She's just giving us hearts. Tiffany Chanel says, I just showed you okay. She just showed somebody love, and they're all loving each other here. All right. Brother says, read the book Boundaries by Henry Cloud. I love reading.
Okay, the audio one then.
I
Audio.
read now.
Yeah.
Henry Cloud. She says, read the book Boundaries by Henry Cloud. There is a version called Boundaries in Marriage. It will change your life. That's amazing. See, we don't know it all. Sometimes when you're going through stuff in a marriage, you think you're by yourself, but then the other. Yes, you did. I saw that. That's why I say you and I have to be friends, because
Oh,
the
invite
I
the
think about is what you think about, and it's already out there. You've already put it out there already. Yes. So I haven't seen that video. I have to go back and watch it, and I'm going to leave a comment once I watch it. Yes, please make friends, make friends. And if you're not subscribed to me, go ahead and subscribe. I appreciate you being here. So it's one. We've been here an hour 29 minutes, and it's been engaging and amazing, and we have a whole bunch of nuggets. So I'm going to summarize what the nuggets we've gotten from this live. I appreciate every single body who has come. Bralade, thank you so much. Tiffany Chanel, Amanda. Hey, Aliyah. Yay. Aliyah, welcome, welcome. Where's Star? Is she watching? Awesome. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. Amanda, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. Definitely, you're going to come back, and
definitely.
I would give you more
If I'm
notice.
invited, I don't go where I'm not invited.
Eh? Is
You
it?
need to invite me to be on the show. I don't go to where I'm not invited.
No, look at you. No, I have to invite you first. She's cleaning. She's always cleaning, Aliyah.
Mhm.
All right. So what I've gotten today. So today's show was about toxic relationship. We had talked about it the second episode. This is the third episode, part 2. And if you want us to talk more about, I think we've flogged it. I think we've killed it. I think we should let it go. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm going to summarize what we've gotten out of the show, the point of the show, and the point of the topic, and what we've gotten at. And I hope that people will watch this and share out and learn one or two things. Okay, so the 5 ways that we talked about from the chat and from I'm going to type out everything in detail in the description before I post the video, or I'm going to update the video. The number one thing, 5 ways to identify a toxic relationship, right? Number 1 is if there's disrespect slash disregard. That's number 1. Number 2 that we got out of this was if there are blatant lies, the person is a pathological liar, like there's just lies. There's somebody, one of you, both of you are always lying. You just cannot tell the truth. That is toxic, okay? And having a sense of entitlement, right? Which goes with, I guess, having an ego, all right? The number 4 was insecurity. What somebody's insecure. So since I'm insecure, I don't want that person to see my insecurity. So let me act this way so I can feel better than, feeling better than, which is really
Exactly.
terrible. And then number 5, the one that I thought about was if you're in a relationship and you lose yourself.
Oh gosh.
If you're in a relationship, I had to put that there. If you lose yourself, you know who you are. Like for me, I got into this relationship. I was a model. I was like a no nonsense person or whatever. But because of a lot of things that happened around, I lost myself because I lost my sense of self. I lost who I knew I could be. So I could see myself on the other side of the mirror,
But
but it
that was
wasn't
not
me.
you.
But I couldn't identify with that person.
Mhm.
Once you start to feel that way, the only strategy is to exit. The only strategy you should have is to exit and then plan your life. You must not be there. That's just what I'm saying. Because emotionally, it affects your health.
That's key. Number one.
That's key. Mentally, you're thinking, oh my God, I'm not good. A lot of women, I know of a newborn mom in some village when I had my son, who her family, I mean, I don't have all horror stories. Her family disowned her because she married this guy, blah, blah, blah. The first day the guy beat her up, she was so down and so depressed, and she was so sure of the man, she drank a bottle of bleach.
And died.
She died, left her newborn there. The guy's gonna remarry and live his life and beat somebody else.
And you're gone and your son
And
is
you're
gonna
gone.
suffer. Your baby's gonna suffer.
So
That's
don't punk out.
madness. Madness.
Don't go, yes, don't punk out and let anybody drive you crazy because of love. Love, if you love yourself enough, you know what you deserve and what you don't. Period.
Simple. Mhm.
Once you love yourself, and like Brother says, you have your boundaries. Like Tiffany says, I think she said, know who you are, or she said something up there. Where I wrote it down. Hold on. And she says, she will say it all the way back. I'm going to list, hold on. What, oh, yes. Tiffany says, the person thinks, okay, yeah, sure, said that one. Oh, yeah, she says, do not be triggered. Don't do things that will trigger that person. But the person already has problems. Anything you do, even when you're trying to be careful, not to say
Exactly.
the right, even when you're tiptoeing,
You
it's still
just
a
can't get
problem.
it right.
Yes, the person just has a problem. So those are the 5 things. I'm gonna type them out in the description, and
And
then go ahead.
never think it's your problem when it's not your problem. Don't own up to it. It is the person's problem, not your problem.
Hmm.
So you don't have to drink Panadol on top of another person's head.
Do you guys get that?
Hmm?
Don't take. That's a Nigerian
Talent.
saying.
Mhm.
Don't go taking Tylenol for somebody else's headache.
Exactly.
You cannot solve that person's problem, whether a she or a he. If you're a guy, sometimes it's not just the women. Sometimes there are guys who are in a toxic. When I watch these Nigerian movies, I'm like, oh my God.
It's true.
Woo!
True.
whether you're a guy or a girl, and you know the person have you. If you love yourself and you know yourself, you know what you know the level where no, that's it. So you know that person has a problem, right? Don't go trying to fix the person.
If they don't
They
want to be
need to
fixed,
acknowledge who they are and fix themselves.
be willing
Period.
to. Mhm.
Right? So she said, "Don't." How will I this? Say that one more time. Let me write it. Don't think is your problem, or don't try to fix them. What you say? Don't think.
How did I even say? It just came out.
Don't think. Don't think is your problem.
Yes.
No, it's theirs.
Like,
Don't think.
yeah, if it's, oh my gosh, okay. If it is their problem, it is their problem. So don't try, fix. I don't know how I said it, but I said what I said. Yeah. Don't don't,
So
don't
don't
go
fix.
about
Don't fix what is not your issue.
exactly. Try
Don't
to
fix
fix
what is not your
yourself.
problem. That's a good
Exactly.
one.
Yeah.
See, I told you guys we said 5, but it could end up being 10. And anybody else who wants to add, you know,
There's
uh,
something again. I've been, thinking of how to put it out there.
yeah,
I'm gonna say it first in Igbo. Any of my Igbo sisters here could help me. My mom always said that, said, "Anogo ozuochi, ano ozuekwa." This is deep core Igbo. What it
okay.
means simply is you're there, things are going wrong, and everybody's like, "Oh," so that people wouldn't laugh at us. You're trying to run away from people laughing at you, then they will hear ooh wailing, like you're wailing all over the place,
Fake life.
which is worse.
Fake.
So cry out,
Don't fake it.
cry out for someone that is willing to change. They would appreciate you down the line. There's something my husband's always doing. Each time I call him out on something, he's like, "Oh, why are you calling my parents? Don't do this one. Oh, ma, I don't call finish. Oh, eh." Then when he's talking to someone, he's using himself and telling them, this is what my wife would do. I don't know why you wouldn't do it. Like, you can't stop her because she knows exactly what she wants. And the fact that he acknowledged that, is everything to me. I
I
don't
like that, and that's different in your side because what if you're in a relationship where his own family is not supportive? Like he does not even care who you call. There
it
are
would have
stories like
it would
that.
have been worse. Yes, there are stories like that. It's not like you would get it, everybody supporting you 100%, but still speak at least. Let it be on record that so and so
You
time
said something.
I
Okay.
said something. So I
Okay.
will always say, even the teeniest of things I say, okay? And luckily, like you said, it's always good to, have people that, are willing to listen.
Yeah.
So there will always be someone willing to listen,
Yeah.
okay? So
Like have some if the person, if you're a man or woman who doesn't have a mentor or somebody who you don't want them to hear this part of you, if your husband has that kind of person, then you're on the right track calling his family, right?
that's a
But
problem
if you
because
have a husband or a wife who doesn't even care who you call because she doesn't even have any respect for her family or his family,
and
then you're in trouble.
they will always exactly
You're in trouble.
like my other story, the first story I told you.
Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah,
lady said your case is different.
yeah.
But it would have been worse if I was tolerating it from the get go, because it kept building. So it was easy for me to nip whatever, nip it at the bud.
That is one of the solutions. Nip it in the buds. I'll just
Nip it,
nip
you
it in the
know,
bud.
nip it in the bud as it's starting. Don't even let it raise its ugly head. Because
Yeah.
once you give it life and you just, condone it, that's it. You
Wow. Thank you so much for this. All right.
Yeah.
Look, Amanda is speaking. She's saying something here, you guys. She's saying a lot here. And I like the fact you guys have to give. Please, if you appreciate Amanda, Agamechi in Jazz.
Hey, look at you. You said like you gave me the
My
name.
grandmother is Igbo, Imo
Oh,
State.
you be more
Igbo
here
State.
now.
If you guys appreciate and enjoy what has been going on and appreciate Amanda being here, she came on here on a short notice. Please give her a heart, any color heart, please.
Oh my gosh.
Look for
Look,
a heart and love on her.
I'm
Gonna,
waiting.
gonna be back for some other topic, maybe mom topic or something, because she's cray sometimes in how she talks,
I'll make
and
it
she's like
fun.
me. And yes, so we have 7 things right now that I'm gonna list out in the description. I don't want to keep anybody here too long. And in the things to do when you're in um a toxic relationship. Number one, we said speak out. Speak out. Tell somebody, tell the person you're with, you're not gonna speak to me this way. Don't try to fake it. Don't try to. Nobody's saying come to social media and say,
And
"Oh, my wife
listen.
or my husband is ABC."
Exactly.
Speak out.
Speak out.
Number two, for me, I don't know if it's number two or three. I said, don't fake it.
Mhm.
So maybe it's on that speak out. Don't, if like Amanda said, if she's not happy with her husband and they just had a fight and she goes to a party, she's not doing no high fives and kissing on the cheek. She's not doing that.
And when we are
So
praying,
don't
I
fake
pray to God to his hearing. When we
it.
are praying, I say like I mean it, and he'll be like, oh,
Like you're reporting him to God, right?
exactly. So
There are
that
some husbands who don't even care. That's what I'm saying. So everybody's own works out a different way for them. There are some guys who in their verbally they have reverence for God. There are some of them who just don't.
he got to that point.
Yes. There are
What
some
do
of
I
them
wait
who
for?
just
Wait.
don't. Wow. See, you're getting the heart. Trishiki gave you one heart. Tiffany Campbell gave you three hearts. Tiffany Campbell. Tiffany Chanel gave you three hearts. Thank you so
Oh,
much. Number two, if it's too hot, leave.
leave.
If it's welcome to it. If it's too hot in the kitchen, leave. Don't let it get to where just don't let yourself lose yourself. Don't let yourself
Don't
be
lose
listen,
you.
you cannot. I know we should pray about everything. Thank you. Pray about everything, yes. But don't use wisdom. Like she said, wear your wisdom hat. Always have it on.
Wisdom
Yes,
is
you love
profitable to
this person
direct.
does not mean that you should go and die. Because if you die, you're gonna go to hell. Whether you believe in hell
Exactly.
or not. Don't be stupid. For lack of a better word, don't be silly. Sorry. And then brother said something. She said, be heard in a relationship. Be heard. Like Amanda says, when you don't like something, what do? Say it. Let us understand each other. Brother Day also says, seek to understand and be understood.
True.
Because we're in America doesn't mean you shouldn't make your food. What is wrong? For example, what is wrong with a man? This is a whole different topic too. What is wrong with a man? To me, in fact, I'll do another show where I'll say an ideal. What do you believe an ideal relationship? It's not perfect, but an ideal,
Relationship.
realistic relationship.
Or what works for you in your relationship.
What
What
even
works
as
for
you're
you
looking
might not
at
be
your own
ideal.
relationship, right? What is ideal for you? Like for me, in my own relationship, I wish this is my wish that my husband, I'm not blasting my husband, I'm just being real. I wish that sometimes, because if I'm able to go to work when I was working, or even I'm working from home now,
Exactly.
I get off, I go and run around and make food and everything. You see that I'm busy. Please take care of the kids,
I know.
right?
Hmm.
Please, because to me it's unfair. That's a whole different topic. But yes, you can say, "Oh, I'm a
I
man,
need,
a man." No, 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 not a man.
I
We're
need
in
to be on that
America.
topic. I need to bring my husband in as well.
No, because I'm thinking my ideal relationship is that when we are thinking, I'm for you, you're for me. You have my back, I have your back. If you
Mhm.
know that I have a meeting, a business meeting, a catering job, whatever, I'm always in a meeting all day. I'm either working or in a meeting or doing laundry or doing one thing or the other. Or
Mhm.
if you see laundry in a basket, for crying out loud, pick it up and fold it. That even increases a woman's love. He said,
Exactly.
it increases a woman's love and appreciation for you.
Exactly. Mhm.
Now, sometimes some women
That's my love language. That's my love language. Kemi, please tell
another
your
show.
husband.
You are exposing my show. You're exposing my topics. No, love language in the African scenery,
I know.
in the African sense.
Mhm.
And not just specifically African sense, but love language, just freaking love language. Anywhere in the
Exactly.
world.
Anywhere.
Can you please understand me? Yay, hey star. What's your love language? Like let's understand that in when we are courting, when we are dating. I love me. I'm a touchy feely, hallmark, over loving, romantic. I love being romantic.
Hopeless.
Show me a different side of you. Off, locked up, thrown away, gone.
Mhm.
Right. So I'm thinking, okay, my birthday, do these things for me. You should understand that I love these things. I love surprises and all that stuff. Do it for me.
Give me birthday card and I'm good.
Eh?
Birthday card and I go all the way for you. I strip.
You know what I thought? Tiffany Chanel says she has a video about that. She love language. I'm gonna go watch it too. Honestly, even as yourself, do you understand? You know what? I was even thinking about even personality colors in a relationship. It matters. Tiffany Chanel, I told you, I said you have to be my friend. Even this girl right here now, there's some things we'll talk about, like, oh my God, you are me, I'm you, you're me, I'm you, because we that's same light. You're right.
I know.
We've never met, so you guys believe it, we've never met.
Exactly.
We meet on Zoom and on WhatsApp. We've never, just like Tiffany Chanel too. I feel like I know you guys.
I
Or we
know.
met somewhere and you just click, But anyway, so let's go back to this thing. So brother said we should read a book called Brownies. Oh,
I read it. I'm gonna do the audio. Does it have the audio?
Boundaries.
That's him. Come and say hello. We're on the show. Guys.
What?
I was showing it to you. I was showing them on the click with you.
Welcome to my show. Don't spoil my show. Welcome, sir.
We're on the show, live show. Good.
Welcome.
I actually sent him out of here. His office is just by the corner. I had to send him out.
Welcome, sir. Welcome, sir. So, brother, they said we should read a book called Boundaries by Henry Cloud. I'm going to put that down there as well. And I will put all the channels of everybody who attended here. And I will celebrate, what's my phone? I will celebrate the last. So, then the last thing was that Amanda said was nip it in the bud.
Nip it in the bud, yeah.
It grows so big. You guys already know. Before the weight became 100 pounds to lose, before the house became so dirty,
we saw it coming.
The laundry packed up, before so many things. Guess what? It started from something small. Nip it in the bud. Cut it out. It saves lives. It saves emotional stress. It saves so many things.
Everyone.
So all of us here, both Amanda being here, me being here, I'm not an expert, but I'm just a human being who's passionate about self-love, self-peace, and having a wonderful life.
All
like
right.
my thought, I never heard this anywhere, but I always share this, that God created all of us at 100%. Everybody was born at 100%. We were successful at 100% when we were born. But life's situations, life happenings, and the environment has made us to live our life at, for example, 40%. When you now lose yourself because of another human being, you're living your life at 20%. Then you now go and start praying, Jesus, Lord, oh my God, Father, Lord. You start speaking in tongues.
You don't even exist.
For the same God to make up that 80%, but He's giving it all to us. Do not give your power away.
No way.
Do not give your power to anybody.
The remote control of your life
is in your hands. You're the one. God is the one in control.
Exactly. But He gave it to us.
On earth, do you making an effort? Let me tell you one thing that I've been holding out, that Amanda said that I've never heard. She said something. Guard your peace. She said, guard your peace. I've never seen it in that light, but guard. See, when you're at peace, you're focused, you operate from a different level. Your level of thinking is different. You're all about success. You're going. Guard your peace. Don't let anybody, like I tell my kids sometimes, my husband is like typically Ninja. And sometimes when he will say some things, it sounds, you know how Nigerians are, it hits you.
He needs to meet my husband. He needs to meet him. He needs to meet this nappy head. Traditional Nigerian man.
Yeah, like he says it in a way that is like raw. Like when I call it raw, Nigerians are just raw. It just comes out. They don't mean to be rude or nasty. It's just coming out that way.
That's my husband said that's the way we are in our family. You know, now that's the way we talk. That's what
yes. But then when you have kids who are raised here, they can't get it.
No way.
That's how you were raised. So we as parents, we have that difficulty in, okay, how do I say this. Like, let me tell you one example.
Strike a balance.
Like my daughter did this homework, and my husband had to look at it. No, my son, sorry, and my husband had to look at it. And some questions he didn't see my words. Some questions he didn't get right. Some questions he got right. My husband used the word saying, "You failed it. You failed this." The way he said it, you failed it. The boy just went back into his shell
Still,
and felt like he has already failed in life.
I know. I know.
In that moment, I said, no, he didn't fail it. He just didn't get it right. You see the different thing? You failed it and you didn't get it right. Or could we do this better?
I'm in that ship, but I'm not gonna lie you. And I'm
See,
striving.
let's see, because this
But
is what
this
I
is the
tell my
point.
husband,
Wait,
this is what I
wait.
tell people. I'm not saying cook your feet and do honey, honey, honey. No.
I
But
know.
if your husband or somebody else came and spoke to you in that same way,
Exactly.
how would you feel?
No, I
Let's
stop
so
it.
in that
Let's
same
strive.
toxic relationship, let's not be toxic to our kids.
Exactly. You're totally correct. Like I'm
Let's
telling
not be
I
toxic.
do
Let's
it.
raise
It's not deliberate.
children
Mhm.
that will nobody, not that they'll go out there and everybody will be telling them, oh, how are you? They will have people be rude to them, but it better not be you being rude out of you thinking you're trying to correct them. You will not be listening to the correction. You'll be listening to the manner in which what they were saying was said. Toxicity or toxic relationship or toxic environment has to do with
How
what
people make you feel.
what you let in. Just like how I love cake and I love this yogurt my brother just gave me. The things we put in ourselves. Find a way. If you're in a toxic relationship, please detox.
Right.
Find ways to detox. Set
Mhm.
boundaries. Look for belief. If you don't believe in yourself, borrow somebody else's belief.
Look for
Whoever
people of
is
like
around
mind.
Yes, whoever is around you who believes in you, borrow their belief and wear it as a jacket, and
You
don't let
will.
anybody speak down to you. You are, what do you say today to me? You are fearfully and wonderfully made. Your
Simple.
fellow human being cannot come to you, whether be it a husband, be
You
it
don't
a
need any validation from
co-worker,
anyone.
be it whoever it is, to come
Mhm.
and tell you you're less than. You are not.
Mhm.
You are more than what anybody sees you as, and you have to believe that. Do not tolerate, do not sweep things under the rug, do not be you and unapologetically be
You.
you.
And the world would adjust.
And everybody else will adjust as long as you have guarded your peace.
Mhm.
Today was an amazing, fantastic, can you imagine? It's almost 2 hours. I'm trying to end at 2 hours. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We appreciate this wonderful woman who has graced us with her presence on this show.
Oh,
Next
thank
Friday is
you.
another show. I wanted to thank the last. I will do that. I can't. I can't. I couldn't go back and find that right now. The last show we had. I'm trying to appreciate people on each show. People who chatted today. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate everybody who has been engaged. Olua Kemi, thank you so much for being here. Tiffany Bralade, let me see. Trisha, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Everybody, I will go down the list again. Cooking Inamo keeps giving us a heart. She loves the show so far. A pair of scissors. Thank you so much for your engagement. You are fantastic. Okay,
Excuse me.
you're welcome. She has allergies, yo. The sister trio. Thank you so much. Jeffrey Lopez, fantastic Zinni. Um, who else is here? Us, never them. Everybody else who came by, engaged. I hope that you were able to get something out of this. I hope that it blessed you. God bless you. If you are, or if you know anybody else who is in a toxic relationship, and we've shared what we know. I know there's more.
Mhm.
There are more ways of identifying toxic relationship, but we mentioned the basic ones. If you're in one, develop a strategy. Know that you are made for more. It doesn't have to be. You don't have to be there.
Don't settle for less.
Don't settle for less. No, do not do that. You
Mm-mm.
are made for more. Grab onto it. There's so much life to live. That's one thing people don't realize. When you're in an abusive or toxic relationship, you think that's where it ends. There's so much life to live.
Mhm.
There's so much things to see. There's so many people to meet. Don't settle for less. So my name is Ejeni from Ejeni's Corner on One with Ejeni. And I think, Amanda, I've not told you what one means. One means only now exists. In
Whoa.
the sense that only now exists. Yesterday is gone. We can't change it.
That's my name, Agamechi.
Really? Yesterday is gone. We can't change it. What we do today is what tomorrow will be. So when you come on One with Ejeni, you're gonna be empowered, you're gonna be motivated, you're gonna be awakened. I've always said I want to open people's eyes because there was a point in my life where I was asleep. And we do have human beings who are sleepwalking through their life and not realizing that they're asleep.
Mhm.
So when you come with One with Ejeni, you're gonna be awakened, empowered, motivated, and get some nuggets to apply to your lives. We appreciate you, Amanda, for being here. We're gonna invite you over. Everybody else in the chat, thank you. Everybody else, everybody in the chat, thank you so much for being here. Star, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. And any last words? Any last words you wanted to add in
So
the chat? Anybody wants to add anything? I'm done. I'm done talking, and I don't want to be the one to talk. But we have 4 more minutes, and if anything you want to add for like a minute, anybody else wants to add something in the chats, and that will be appreciated. Other people will come and watch this show and appreciate all the nuggets that we've had. So we have 4 minutes. Go ahead, Amanda. What last words do you have for our chatters and the future viewers?
yes, thank you so much. It's been an amazing time. I wish we don't have to stop, but we need to stop. There are a whole lot of things to do. And of course, the truth is, most of these people in these toxic relationships, whether you're on the other end, receiving end, or you're the one dishing it out, know that they all need help. So first of all, any help you're able to, give, try it first. Let it be, start from there. Some people are helpless, and the only way they can express themselves is look for the nearest person and vent it out on. So if you're able to find a way to go around it, speak to the person, try to speak to the person with the word of God. If he's a Christian, use the Bible, like praying together, talk to the person. And when you're not able to, break the wall, and you know that you're actually the target, that's when you need to start strategizing. Then again, speak out. Always speak. Do not say, oh, this person is going to, because you don't know what is going on, you know on the other end. Just like you don't even know what I'm going through, I only share the things I want to share. Okay.
Yes.
So, I mean, like wisdom, when we talk, we have to talk like wise people, in everything we do. When you're able to find a way, just strike a balance, find a way around it. But above all, that peace is very important. If you're a mom and you need to take care of your children, you need to have that peace, because your health is very important. If you're not in good health, you can succeed. You can't even help the next person.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we have to pray that it gets better from here. Speak out, find a way, find a voice, speak out. Look for someone to talk with. It is very important, You identify it and tell yourself, acknowledge it. Even where you have, you haven't done it well, take a stop, this night, and tell yourself, oh, I think I contributed to this thing. If there's any way for once, did this, tell yourself enough of it, detoxify. And, I mean, it's too early in the day, so that's it.
Awesome. Thank
Yeah,
you. Thank you. Thank
thank
you.
you.
Trisha King says we already did. Yes, I appreciate everybody's input. Trisha King, I'm sorry you lost your friend.
I'm
May her
sorry
soul rest
too.
in peace.
My
Sorry about that.
condolences.
Yes. And we have 30 seconds left. So I appreciate everyone. And what we get out of this show is just guard your peace And I pray that every single one of us on the show, that God goes ahead of us and perfects all that concerns us. We
Perfect.
only
Amen.
let out what we want people to see. But I know
Mhm,
everybody has struggles in different areas of their lives. What may
mhm.
be going on with me now may not be going on with you now, but maybe later or in a different way. But that
Exactly.
God Himself should go ahead of all of us and perfect everything in all
Amen.
aspects of our lives that concerns us. Thank
Amen.
you so much. Here's the end of the show. I
Thank
appreciate Amanda.
you. Thank
God bless you
you.
for coming last minute.
Bless
And
you
everybody
too.
have a wonderful weekend.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Mm. How do I stop cam?